It's absurd for anyone to insinuate that this president is profiting off of the presidency.
I just got a note that the staggering level of corruption from last night's meme coin dinner.
That's what you're focusing on, the meme coin.
No, 40% of Donald Trump's wealth has been accumulated since he became president because of 2 crypto coins. What?
You're talking about a meme coin.
Yeah. No, I'm talking about who's corrupt and who is profiting off the American office.
I tell you, the next sit down with Rupert Murdoch and Trump is bound to have more tension than Elon Musk's Thanksgiving table. First, seeing as Trump's Treasury Secretary was grilled over the alleged big, beautiful bill that countless Republicans opposed, as well as Democrats, while sitting down on Fox News.
You mentioned economic growth in your comment there. This bill adds trillions to our debt. How is that acceptable to this administration?
Well, again, you're referring to the CBO scoring, I believe, which is tenure scoring, and it's DC style scoring. So we think that we can both grow the economy and control the debt. And what's important, Bill, is that the economy grows faster than the debt. So what I would tell your viewers to focus on is what I'm focused on, is what Secretary Yellen was focused on, is what is the total debt to GDP? Because we can grow our way out of this. That if we change the growth trajectory of the country, of the economy, then we will stabilize our finances and grow our way out of this.
Then this from Jessica Tarlov on The Five, blatantly calling out the corruption of Donald Trump. So much so that, well, it sent her co-hosts into a complete meltdown, defending their cult leader with the irrevocable argument of, well, he's not hiding his corruption.
Who is profiting off the American office.
Did he try to cover that up? I don't think so.
Yeah, Caroline Levitt said
you're defending an administration.
Oh, that makes it less corrupt then?
Mr. Speaker, you were very critical of President Biden and his family's foreign business dealings. You supported an impeachment inquiry as a result of it. Are you equally concerned about President Trump's family's business dealings, especially given the fact that he is in a region now where his family has billions of dollars of investments in Doha, in Saudi Arabia, and the fact that he has a crypto business now where he's auctioned off access to the White House for the highest bidder in his meme?
Look, there are authorities that police executive branch ethics rules. I'm not an expert in that. My expertise is here in the House, okay? I will say that the reason many people refer to the Bidens as the Biden crime family is because they were doing all this stuff behind curtains, but in the back rooms. They were trying to conceal it, and they repeatedly lied about it, and they set up shell companies, and the family was all engaged in getting all on the dole. Whatever the President Trump is doing is out in the open. They're not trying to conceal anything.
Mr. Speaker, the investment in the meme coin, those folks are not transparent. We do not know who those people are.
After Trump held a Buy Your Access dinner in which the top 220 holders of his meme coin were promised an exclusive evening with the 47th president in what critics have called one of the most blatant pay-for-access schemes in presidential history.
Donald Trump's dinner is an orgy of corruption. That's what this is all about. We are here today to talk about exactly one topic: corruption. Corruption in its ugliest form. Donald Trump is using the presidency of the United States to make himself richer through crypto. And he's doing it right out there in plain sight. He is signaling to anyone who wants to ask for a special favor and is willing to pay for it exactly how to do that. Just before his inauguration, Donald Trump launched a crypto meme coin, and he has since signed executive orders to boost the value of that coin. In just 3 months, he has already made hundreds of millions of dollars. Tonight is the orgy of corruption.
Investors buying up to $148 million of the cryptocurrency to attend the dinner. Countless Democrats called it to attention, and their sentiment was echoed by Jessica Tarlov on The Five. Amidst voicing her criticisms of the administration's handling of the Harvard situation, and as was to be expected, the defensiveness of her colleagues spoke volumes to how they really felt about what is just a blatant grift.
Where I feel that the administration has really lost the plot, though, is why they have decided to squander so much goodwill in terms of combating anti-Semitism on college campuses by this level of gross overreach. What they're trying to do with Harvard to take away 27% of the population, which is the international population there, what they're doing at Columbia, threatening at Princeton, et cetera, indicates that they are a bunch of wannabe dictators who want to control American university life. They want to control the curriculum. They want to control the faculty. They want to control the student body.
Well,
they want to control research.
I mean, look
no,
what's
they
happening.
don't, Joey.
I mean,
Under
look
no
what's
circumstances.
happening.
We have a First Amendment.
I wouldn't send my kid to one of those schools.
We have a First Amendment and we have academic freedom in this country. And that's what the courts are doing. They're pushing back from immigration to academic freedom. The courts are showing up.
Hold on, let me get him on the phone. Josh?
Tell him I loved his op-ed.
Right.
And Greg mentioned a staggering level of corruption. And I just got a note that the staggering level of corruption from last night's meme coin dinner.
That's what you're focusing on, the meme coin.
40% of Donald Trump's wealth has been accumulated since he became president because of 2 crypto coins. The New York Times did interviews with foreign buyers of this cryptocurrency who came over here to have dinner with him. A guy from South Korea.
This is not even part of the segment.
So what?
You're talking about a meme coin.
Yeah,
No, I'm talking about who's corrupt and who is profiting off the American office.
Did he try to cover that up? I don't think so.
Yeah, Caroline Leavitt said
You're defending an administration that covered up a dying leader, and you're sitting here going, but meme coin, meme coin.
I'm saying billions.
All right, let's
of
give Paul a
dollars.
chance to clean it up real quick. Paul, final
It is
thoughts.
clean on my side of the street.
All right, all I
Real
can say is that
And as I like to do sometimes, I like to play a game of imagine this was Obama. Imagine Obama had a pay-for-access dinner that directly involved a meme coin.
Tonight, inside the private black-tie dinner with President Trump and more than 200 wealthy investors at the Trump National Golf Club near Washington. It was closed to the public and press, but wide open to those investing hundreds of millions of dollars in the Trump family's cryptocurrency accounts. One guest of honor, Justin Sun, a Chinese crypto billionaire and one of Trump's best customers, showing off his prize of a $100,000 watch. On X, he wrote, "As the top holder of Trump, I'm excited to connect with everyone, talk crypto, and discuss the future of our industry."
What a nice place. Did you get to see the helicopters?
The investors, many of whom flew to Washington from outside the country,
Yeah, dine out on that conundrum for a minute. And if you have room for dessert, just imagine Obama accepted a plane from Qatar. I mean, I can't even finish the imaginary situation because I can already envision the onslaught from Fox News that is overwhelming any thoughts in my head.
Mr. President, the Pentagon announced that it would be accepting a Qatari jet to be used as Air Force One. Perhaps
What are you talking about?
I'd like to.
Can we have a South Africa question, please? Mr. President,
The Pentagon's spokesperson.
What does this have to do with the Qatari jet? They're giving the United States Air Force a jet, okay? And it's a great thing. We're talking about a lot of other things. It's NBC trying to get off the subject of what you just saw. You are a real, you're a terrible reporter. Number one, you don't have what it takes to be a reporter. You're not smart enough. But for you to go into a subject about a jet that was given to the United States Air Force, which is a very nice thing, they also gave $5.1 trillion worth of investment in addition to the jet. Go back, you ought to go back to your studio at NBC because Brian Roberts and the people that run that place, they ought to be investigated. They are so terrible the way you run that network. And you're a disgrace. No more questions from me. Go ahead. Go ahead, talk about that.
Please, may we have a South African
His name is
question,
Peter
Mr.
something.
President
He's
Trump?
a terrible
If they're
reporter.
committing genocide, why invite them to the White House? I'll be quiet. Sure, that's my question now.
The hypocrisy is just staggering.
Saudi Arabia giving $25 million, Qatar, all of these countries. You talk about women and women's rights. So these are people that push gays off business, off buildings. These are people that kill women and treat women horribly, so horribly. Why don't you give back the money? I think it would be a great gesture because she takes a tremendous amount of money.
That was Donald Trump once upon a time, back at a debate in 2016 when he was an outsider candidate running, he said, against special interests and, as you just heard it, dirty money from morally compromised countries. So how did Donald Trump go from demanding Hillary Clinton send back Clinton Foundation donations from Qatar to telling Americans he would be stupid not to happily accept a $400 million super luxury jet from those same Qataris. Is it as simple as rules for thee, but not for me?
Love this video? Continue the conversation by following us on Instagram @MeidasTouch and help us blow past 1 million followers.